Africa's development choices for a long time have been determined. It might have something to do with the strength of local universities vis-a-vis global universities, but for a long time, most of the ideas that have driven African development choices were not developed in the continent. I'm Kwame Owino, and I work at the Institute of Economic Affairs as the Chief Executive Officer. We are believers in democratizing debate on economic and public affairs.
We've been the go-to institution for information basically on what's the status of the economy.
Unlike most of the think tanks in Kenya, it is one that is very focused on a public face in the sense that we have a very, a robust communication profile. The number of ideological persuasions that are available in any society are numerous. Policymakers should use evidence to inform their decisions because evidence allows you to determine and actually to narrow down on choices and what those choices mean in terms of cost and what those choices means in terms of the trade-offs you have to make. The think tank initiatives co-support to the IEA the last 10 years has changed this institution. When the partnership started, the IEA was conscious about the fact that this was a unique opportunity for us to build. The goal that we made 2 years into our think tank partnership was to ensure that within the lifetime of the think tank initiative partnership, the Institute of Economic Affairs would be ranked among the top 10 think tanks in Africa. We achieved that last year. And it would never have been possible to do consistent work in terms of communication, in terms of research, and developing the IEA's staff. All those three things together have led to this fine result that we've seen, and we hope that we'll be able to consolidate and maintain it even as the think tank initiative comes to an end.
As much as the tap for core funding is drying up, evidence-based work requires time and more support. If research organizations or think tanks spend most of their time thinking about their own survival as opposed to conducting research, then they may end up doing some work that is more short-term based and just engaging in things that are based on their own survival.
The contributions of African governments has not been so strong, and my view is that it's not something we can depend on, given our own determination of our own independence. Governments, especially in Africa, need to, one, to democratize policy making by listening to many more voices. So if they operate in a transparent environment and allow as many think tanks or as many ideas to come as is possible, African think tanks, more often than not, will be able to provide them some of the solutions that are required for our immediate development challenges. In my view, funding will remain, for the long term, the Achilles heel of African think tanks. It's an issue we are yet to solve.